Hello and welcome, everybody, to the Should Have Been a Cowboy podcast.
Woo!
I am here joined as always by Ohio Man, who is now officially Ohio Man. He's no longer Ohio Pog,
Yes, sir.
which
yes,
is
sir.
nice. So that is actually changed now. But anyway, we're up to episode 15. Now, it's been a long time since the last time we've made a podcast, and I can explain.
Yes,
I just haven't felt like it. We haven't really
pretty much.
Done anything. We just haven't really considered
That's
making a podcast.
We did not have any topics at the time, but ladies and gentlemen, we have loads of topics. Welcome to the Should Have Been a Cowboy podcast,
Yep,
number 15. And today, for the first time ever in Should Have Been a Cowboy podcast history, this will be featured on both of our channels. That's right. This podcast will now be featured on the Ohio Man Gaming channel and Dale Wolfhart 14 channel.
This is correct.
We've brought you a lot of topics here for today since we have been gone for a decent little bit.
Since November.
So, Dale.
Actually, to be specific.
Yeah, it's been a long ass time. It is now currently January 10th.
So to start off, happy 10-day-old New Year.
Yep. Happy 10-year-old New Year. Happy Christmas. Happy when was it in November? Did we miss Thanksgiving?
The 29th. Too? Yes, it was after Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving. So you lucked out on that one. We could have given you a happy Thanksgiving, but we
didn't.
We already.
We also didn't do a Christmas stream. I think we considered it, but it just didn't really work. So.
Yeah.
I want to also.
Oh yeah. Well, we went to do a video.
Another part of the reason we haven't done a podcast in a while is because I have been inactive. I was on vacation at my dad's, and I spent most of my time actually interacting with my dad instead of recording videos. So I wasn't really...
Well, enough of explaining ourselves. Today we have loads of topics for you today, so Dale, why don't we get started with the first topic?
I was trying to segue, but okay, that works.
Well... I like my segues better.
Your segues suck because they
never driven a Segway in my entire life.
Segues suck because they always make the video shorter than it has to be. You're the reason why all of our podcasts have failed. Anyway. So, do you have any New Year's resolutions? Do or did you? Do you have anything that you
My
wanted
New
to
Year's
do this
resolution for 2022 is... So, I forgot. I already did my intro.
The intro's done. You can.
We're gonna exit intro voice. So, yeah, my 2022 resolution is, as of 3 seconds ago, I just made it up. I'm buying a new gun.
Okay. What is that in particular? What are we thinking here?
I'm still deciding. I was thinking. I was researching. I was doing my research.
Oh, I don't do that.
For the price of under $1,000 is what my price point was.
Okay.
You laugh, but it's possible.
Well, I laugh mostly because under $1,000 is like still a lot of money. Not that much for a gun, but.
Well.
No.
In terms of quality firearms.
That's about the good
budget. Thing. A budget firearm.
I'd call a budget firearm like sub $500, but you know.
Okay. Damn. Anyhow, so everyone knows at this point, it should be known that the M24 SWS is my favorite. Therefore, pretty much just a Remington 700.
Mm-hmm.
Remington 700 being my
cheek pad and all that fancy Gen
all
Z
the cute shit. Yeah. Anyhow. You don't have to make me sound like a weirdo.
Well, I'm a boomer. Anyhow. I like Woodstock, so you like polymer
I'm older
and adjustable.
Let it be known that I'm older than him.
Let it be known that you're mentally about 7 years younger. Thanks, phone.
Mentally, that's factual. So, I researched and I came up with... I like Remington 700, so...
Me too.
It's not a Remington 700, but it's...
The same action?
Much a Remington 700. It's the same action, but it's not an actual Remington action, but it's the same. It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Bergara B-14 HMR.
It sounds more like
Wilderness series.
Sounds more like a fighter jet than a fucking.
Now, listen. Here's the deal. It's about $960 some, I think. MS or
Can you speak?
What is the word? MSRP?
MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price.
Anyhow, that it's about $965. I don't know.
That's not
Just a little.
terrible.
No, here's the deal. I love bolt actions.
As well.
I'm a big long range guy. But
Not
I
so
got
much.
to thinking. I live in Ohio, and there's like one range that is like 1,000 yards, and it's not even open to the public year round. So I was thinking, instead of buying a bolt action, something we already have. Yeah, it doesn't have a scope. It's a KR 98K.
It doesn't
but
need a scope.
It doesn't need a scope. That's a
That's an
was
infantry
made
rifle.
without a scope. Exactly. So I was thinking, why not get something we don't already have? So I got to some kind of AR-15. I don't know. I'm thinking, actually, I want an AR-10. I really want an AR-10.
I am absolutely not even slightly surprised. Yeah, there's no real budget AR-10s.
I know. And unfortunately, with that, if I want to get into long range, then I have to add another 1,000, because now I got to worry about optics.
Yeah.
And optics, my friends, are not cheap.
You can definitely find them on the more budget side. I mean,
you
like
can,
if you go to like,
and it is possible. You can
Vortex.
find stuff on Amazon.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that, but
I wouldn't recommend that. But like, there's stuff on Amazon for pretty cheap that still works. It's still functioning.
It just might not
doesn't have all
hold
the
zero
high-tech
for very
stuff.
long.
Yeah, and I'm fine with, just shooting on the range, zeroing in my rifle for the millionth time in the week.
You say that, but
because I can't hold it zero.
I don't think you've zeroed in a rifle two times.
I've done it once or twice. Yeah, so in all honesty, I really don't know what I'm getting anymore. And I turn 18 on the 2nd of February, so I mean, I'm getting there.
It's not too far away.
It's not too far away, and it's not like I have to buy it again right when I turn 18. But ideally, that's kind of been the whole, like, it's my birthday, I'm going to go to the store and buy something.
Oh, yeah,
deal,
of course.
Uh-huh. And I would imagine that's how it is for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of in a rush, but at the same time, it's better not to be in a rush, because the longer I wait, the more money I have, so.
Yeah. I went to a few gun shops while I was out in West Virginia. I went to Cabela's and I looked through my personal favorite place to look at guns. The Gun Museum?
The Gun Library.
The Gun Library, that's what it is. Because
Yes,
it's
sir,
all
the Gun
old
Library.
Woodstock boomer rifles, and I love them.
Well, it's not just that. It's pretty much anything used that has been sold to the store.
But there might be
but
like
mostly,
one or two
mostly,
AR-15s.
most of the time,
Most of it
stuff
is
usually
old
boomer
hunting
people.
bolt actions, a few military surplus rifles. I saw some SKSs, but some of the highlights.
Oh my gosh!
I saw like
There were
4 or
so
5
many
SKSs.
Mosin at Cabela's.
I saw a Mosin at a local gun store. That was
my
actually
God.
when I bought my Remington. That was one of the things in the running was a Mosin Nagant.
This was last year. An entire rack, like a shelf in the middle of the aisle, was filled up with Mosin Nagants in front of the gun library on both sides. I kid you not. All Mosins. It was crazy.
Yeah, the one
we
I
didn't
saw
get one.
sold, so.
Should have, though. Yeah. Yeah, no,
But,
there wasn't one. There was a lot.
Well, one of the things I did
anyhow,
with that information was I went and I just, I worked the actions on a bunch of different lever action rifles. There's one store, shout out to Hafer's in West Virginia, so I believe there's also one in Maryland. So it's a place that has
I wouldn't buy anything in the state of Maryland.
No, but if you want to, then then you can go there. But one of the advantages that they have is the fact that just about every brand new gun is like you can pick up. You don't have to ask for it behind the counter. You can just walk up to a rack and pick it up and hold it, which is not very typical in gun stores. I've always
been an eyes only guy. I don't know.
I think it's just because you can't afford it, so you don't want to.
If it's not mine, I don't like touching it.
Well, the thing is that you're trying to make sure that you want it to be yours.
I think I just respect. I respect when it comes to firearms.
That's
I have
the point.
Too much I have too much respect for it, you know?
No,
Which is
absolutely
good.
not.
Okay, well, I guess
Anyway,
only I know what I'm
this
talking
store
about.
allows you to basically just pick up whatever you want. They have like all the
Which
handguns are
is
behind the
awesome.
counter, and all of the like used, mostly wood stocked guns are behind the counter, presumably because they don't want people just dropping it or ruining the wood. Um, but all of your,
Mm-hmm.
polymer shotguns, polymer bolt actions, 22s, AR-15s, all that is just free to pick up as you please. And
Yeah.
I tested a lot of shotgun actions, and I will say, none of them feel as good as the Remington 870. Even brand new polymer 870s still feel better than Mossbergs and Winchesters and just about everything else I found in the
Yeah.
store. But when it comes to bolt actions, I'd say my favorite is the Winchester Model 70. That action felt
Ah.
really good, really smooth, didn't get hung up
That's
anywhere.
mm-hmm.
It was a very
That's
nice
another thing I
action.
wanted to mention
The Remington
is the action.
700 also has a very good action.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a lot of the rest of them really aren't particularly standout. I saw a Springfield, I believe it was a Sporterized 1903. That one was fine. The Lee Enfield is not as good as I remember it, and but the iron sights are still fantastic. If I were to get a iron sight bolt action, 100% Lee Enfield, no doubt.
Yeah.
Um, but that's kind of something I learned there. I also found a couple other shotguns and just, again, nothing felt quite as good, especially old Remingtons. That's pretty much the entire reason I got my 870s. I picked it up in the store and went, oh, fuck. Because I racked it once and
Yeah.
I went, yes, sir. Um,
Yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to mention is the action on that Bergara. I believe I was watching Military Arms Channel. I watched them do a review on it. And
okay,
they said everyone I watched, I think I watched Mr. Guns and Gear as well.
that's
They
fair.
all said the action on the Bergara B14 was oh, that's a diamond
Which
potential.
for the price point,
Yo,
I would
was
expect it to be pretty
amazing.
clean. Because
Well, I mean, no. It's only I mean, well, yeah, I
one of the
guess.
advantages of bolt actions is that you can find them pretty readily at around the $500 to $700 mark, even brand new ones, but especially in the used market. Um, bolt
Yes, but to
actions.
get the MOA that it has and the all the other stuff, like look, anyone watching this, go look up uh Bergara B14 HMR, and you'll look at reviews and stuff, and it's for the price, it is amazing. It's amazing that it is that affordable for what it
Not
has.
affordable.
It really is.
See, I think you're kind of. I haven't really studied it much, but I'd say that for guns around $1,000, bang for your buck doesn't really exist anymore, in my opinion. I'd say
Yeah.
at that point you're getting exactly what you're paying for. And anything less than a very good rifle for that price point is pretty much unacceptable. In the 500 in your standard hunting rifle area of again $500 to $700, that's where bang for your buck is, especially even below that. If you can get good quality stuff for at or below that price point. But once you start getting above it, you should be getting exactly what you should be getting, a very good rifle, and it becomes kind of less spectacular that you're getting a good rifle because
Yeah.
it's exactly what it should be. But
Mhm.
I'm looking at it
Well, I
right
guess that
now
was
on.
both of our New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, I've been looking at getting a new gun. I've been looking at getting a lot of new guns. The first one I'm going to get is probably going to be the priority is a Stag 15 Retro, because I want an
Oh, okay.
AR-15 for home defense. I personally find that to be the best firearm for home defense. I think 5.56 is a very effective round. It's also not terribly penetrative when it comes to walls. Um,
Yeah.
it is also easy to manipulate. AR-15s are easy to use. They're very light recoiling. The only real issue is that they're really fucking loud,
Mhm.
which is not. But compared to my shotgun, it honestly is not. that difference is kind of negligible. But so that's kind of the focus, is to get the best in my, what I want for home defense. After that,
Yeah.
I want to get, I want to get like a used Remington 700.
Mhm.
I want to get a SIG M18. Which, speaking of,
Oh,
I
you
haven't.
know what I want? I just remembered. The SIG M, one of the SIG treads. I don't. It was a 716, I believe. That new AR-10
Let me take a look.
platform
Isn't
one.
it? I have a vague
It's
idea of what you're saying.
it's a 308,
Okay.
and yeah,
I
that's
love
pretty
Sig
much it.
Sauer, but I really don't
I
think
love
they have a
SIG.
whole lot to offer outside of their handguns. I do not like the look of most of their rifles.
Yeah, but they just got all those military contracts.
But did they get any
Apparently, somebody likes
contracts for
them.
their rifle? Or is it
Yeah,
just...
3 different ones.
Oh, which ones?
I think they got well, not a bullpup, but they got. Cause I was talking about this today at lunch. I think they got a LMG and
Oh yeah, they did
the
get
new
the
primary.
LMG. I remember that.
They got a new primary too to replace the M4. It's like a 6. The cartridge is like a 6.5 something, I think.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Okay. But I don't like the look of their rifles are all very modern tactical, and that's just not really my style,
See, that's my style.
which is ironic.
See, which is ironic because our favorite guns are like almost the same.
But then the guns that we like are a
The
different
guns that we
story.
actually, yeah,
Like our favorite guns, and then there's the guns that we like.
yeah.
But I don't know, I'm just kind of a boomer. Oh, that was a female. Shit. Oopsies. But yeah, I don't like the tread rifles. I think they're
The tread
ugly.
rifles are okay. I don't like the M-Lock. I wish I
No,
like. I'm a
I don't
big
like
full
M-Lock.
Picatinny guy.
Me too.
I want full Picatinny all the way down to the muzzle. Okay.
I
And
I basically just want M16A1, M16A2, M16A4. I want those,
you could
or
have just
maybe
said
M4.
M16.
But I don't like most what I like to call civilian style AR-15s, which are stuff that hasn't seen. Although lately, from what I know, the military has been taking a more civilian tactical approach to AR-15s lately, anyway. But I just I like traditional D-ring, D-ring attached Picatinny, or even just plastic, no rail system.
Yeah.
But that's a personal taste. I know Garantham's been seeing an increased liking to the retro stuff, and that's my forte. But I understand why it's somewhat obsolete, and why people like the AR-15s that they do. But I have a huge liking for the old school.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the reason, Sig's Rifles is kind of the reason why it's not, first for me.
I like that Sig Cross though.
Isn't that the bolt action that's, really...
Yep. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say a few things. That stock is whack. It's got an M-lock
Me and
handguard.
you like completely different things.
It's got an M-lock handguard.
Okay, but it still looks cool.
I like the grips, though. I like Sig's grips on their AR-15s.
I like what looks cool. You like what looks like old. Or I don't know.
No, that's kind of
Because what
hard
you
to...
like also looks good.
But for a
But,
different
like,
reason.
Yours looks good. Mine looks cool.
I think you're more
How about that?
focused on,
Tactical stuff.
usability. I'm more focused on appearance. And I find that the more tactical something gets, the uglier it gets. So I generally prefer the less functional
Maybe.
things.
It's all down to personal preference. It
It
really
is,
is.
and there are plenty of tactical things that I do like. It's just the market for
And
it in my
there's
brain is,
well,
is pretty
almost
small.
all of what you like, I like.
Yeah, it's just a lot
But
of what you
I
like,
just
I don't.
like my stuff more, you know?
Uh,
But yeah, pretty much I guess that was both of our New Year's resolutions, huh?
I guess I don't really have a New Year's resolution.
Yeah,
One of
I
the,
never do New Year's
no,
resolutions.
one
I
of the
just
things
now
I
I'm
had,
gonna now I can buy a gun. Well,
yeah,
soon I can buy a gun. So now it's that's my New Year's resolution.
one of the things I had planned on doing this year. It's not necessarily a New Year's resolution, but it was in the plans
Mhm.
since like before Christmas was to get a job.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need one, but I want
No,
the
you need one.
cash.
You definitely need one.
Well, like I'm not
It's
like,
good.
oh yeah, no, like I
I
wanted
know what you mean.
one, but like it
No,
wasn't
I know
like
what
I
you mean
wasn't
because I
like
used to say the
forced to
same
do it.
thing, but I'm glad I have a job now.
Oh no, I avidly wanted it. Just saying I didn't necessarily need it.
Yeah.
But I wanted the extra spending money. Um, yeah, I want the money.
All right.
I want to be able to buy more
So
guns. I want to be able to buy a RAM. And, there's a lot of stuff that, like, 'cause pretty much my entire friend group has jobs. So they're able to just kind of spend money. And for me, it's like, oh, I can't buy Pit Vipers. Those are $120, and I only get 20 a week. Takes me like a
yeah.
month to save, or like 2 months to save up enough for Pit Vipers. But, so, what I went out today, as I had planned to. I got back in Colorado on Thursday, the 6th. And I figured I would uh, get a job on Monday. I
Mm.
figured I'd go out. I had been kind of debating what I wanted to get ever since the plan to work at a gun store had been kind of shot down. No pun
Due to the
intended.
fact of your age.
Due to the fact that I am
Oh, I didn't get
17
that
and at
until
the time
now.
16. Yeah. Um, so
That's funny.
so I figured I would just so I kind of bounced around a few ideas and I eventually landed on Grease Monkey. Uh, Now Murph used to work there, also part of the militia. That was his first
Mr.
job, and he
Nobody.
worked there for a few years. Um, and I knew that it was a desperate company. I knew that they really needed workers, and so I figured, well, I could probably land a job just about immediately the instant I walk in the door and say I'm looking for work. um, so I guess I'll just kind of tell the story of it. I was on my way home. I took a different route because it was kind of heavy traffic in the area from school. Now that I get off of school at the regular time that everyone else gets off at, instead of like an hour early. So I just kind of so I took that route, and then my mom called me asking why I wasn't home because I had forgot to tell her that I have a normal schedule now, and that I'm going to be at home an hour later. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." And I'm
You
like, "Oh,
forgot to tell your mom you have a job?
no, no." This was before that.
Wait, what?
So I was
Keep
literally
going.
just about to say something that probably would have completely negated that question. So when I was about to get off the phone with her, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm almost done." I'm like, "Oh yeah, but I need to head down to Grease Monkey to go ask for a job," and I was like, "So I guess I'll be doing that now." So I um, rerouted, went over to Grease Monkey, and
Is Grease Monkey the name of the shop?
yes, that's the name of the.
Is that like a chain? Because I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I think it's actually native to Colorado if I remember correctly.
Never heard of it. I mean, I knew what Grease Monkey probably was when you first told me.
Well, Grease
I
Monkey is
didn't
also
know
a
if it was.
terminology for a mechanic.
That's why I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
But I also
Yeah, they have
didn't.
300 locations and they were founded in Denver. I'm not sure what
Yeah,
states they have it.
not
It
Ohio,
currently
at
has
least that I know of.
initially Grease Monkey International has been subsidiary. But basically they're like an oil change place and they do some other basic, um, automotive service centers offering oil changes, preventative maintenance, and other car care services. So basically, I'm a mechanic. What can I say? Um,
Yeah.
But I headed down to that Grease Monkey, and I was like, well, I'm gonna ask for an application. So I parked up. I walked in, and I probably waited like 10 minutes because there was 2 people in the waiting room. It's a very, very small shop, might add. Which, I mean, most places like that are small because most of the room that the building takes up is bays for cars. But everyone was kind of working, so there wasn't really anybody, waiting as a receptionist or anything. People would just kind of walk in to check on the customers and all that stuff. So one of the guys walked in and went, "Hey, who's got the Subaru?" And I went, "The Subaru Outback." Yeah. Oh, that's me. And I was like, I'm looking to get an application to work here. And he was like, "Oh, okay. I thought I missed somebody. I thought somebody was waiting in line too long and they parked up." No, no, you're all good. So I got handed an application, looked at it, and went, "Holy shit. I don't know any of this stuff." I filled out whatever I could, and then somebody else walked in, maybe 10, 15 minutes later, and went, "Yeah, so, how's that application going?" I'm like, "Well, I got pretty much everything I can get, but this is my first time filling out an application, so I'm kind of new to this whole thing. I'm, still in high school." And he went, "Oh, okay," and then I pretty much got an interview on the spot. We just went out to this set of 2 chairs and a fold-out table that was just sitting out there. Yeah. And just kind of started talking. I basically got hired on the spot too. They were like, "Well, you can work here, so you're hired." Oh,
gotcha. So.
I shook his hand and went home and went, "All right," and he was like, "All right, I have a job now."
Honey, I'm home.
The wage is $13 an hour, which is pretty good. It's not the best in the area, but it's
pretty fucking high considering mine. I started out at $8.70.
Well, McDonald's is offering $15, so.
I need to work at Walmart.
You need to
not
work
Walmart. Jesus, I need to work at McDonald's. I don't know why Walmart came out of my I don't ever want to work at Walmart.
No. Walmart, my opinion of Walmart has been going up lately, mostly because of the fact that they sell firearms, hunting supplies. Target's kind of liberal.
The one in my area does not.
Well, some of the ones in my area don't, but Target's just kind of liberal. Kmart sucks ass though.
Kmart was the shit, dude. That's when my dad bought his 870.
Yeah, in 1985.
It was 95.
So, but one of the things I discussed with Murph before I got the job, I was like, "So, does being a mechanic count as a Carhartable offense?" Because I had discussed with him that I don't want Carhartt if I don't do Carhartt things. But now that I have a job that requires manual labor, I figured that would be justifiable to get Carhartt. So now I have to get some Carhartt.
Fucking Carhartt anyway.
Yeah, but I just don't want to be a poser.
I wear cowboy boots and cowboy hat and a belt buckle that says yee yee.
I wish I had
poser.
That belt buckle.
Yeah, I'm the definition of poser.
But there are people in cowboy hats and cowboy boots that are a lot more poser than you are.
That's fair. At least I don't wear those fucking Bass Pro Shop hats.
I did get a
because I'm a real man. I have a Cabela's hat. Let's go.
I did get a Bass Pro Shops shirt, but that's mostly because it has Black Rifle on the back.
Speaking of let's go, I think it's about time.
Why? No, it's not.
That was a perfect segue.
It's not though, because you're just interrupting a topic. We're only 30 minutes in.
Damn it. I know, but we have so many topics here for you today, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to get a Carhartt jacket, but the motherfuckers are $100, and that's a lot of fucking money. I do need to get some black pants for work though, because that's the kind of stuff that requires.
What you do
I just have jeans.
Is some more pit vipers.
I just got a new pair actually, and that's again you trying to segue.
I didn't. Oh, did you tell me about that?
Probably, yeah.
It was probably really quick. It was a quickie. I didn't hear it.
Excuse me? So...
That's right. Sex jokes!
Anyway, I guess that leads us to Christmas gifts. What did your dumbass get for Jesus'
I got
birthday?
yes, happy birthday, Jesus. He's 2022 years
2022.
old
Yes,
now.
there you go. Attaboy.
Shit.
I also don't think that's technically how it works, but I don't
Let's
really
see. I
know.
got a flannel.
Me too.
I got another flannel.
I only got one.
I got another flannel.
God damn.
I got a flannel, but this time the flannel was pants. They're like pajama pants.
What?
I got another flannel. But this time it was a jacket. It was like a flannel jacket with like a built-in hoodie.
Oh, I have one of
It was
those.
like a built-in
I wear
jacket.
one of those like every day.
Yeah. I got I think that's all the flannels. Unless I got another flannel shirt, but I'm pretty sure I covered all the flannels.
Probably.
I got some candy. Some shitty candy that
That's
I
fair.
ate in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's relatable.
It never lasts.
No.
I didn't even eat half of it. I actually still have most of it. Most of it's
Oh,
chocolate.
fuck. I left a bunch
honestly,
of candy in West Virginia. I just realized I didn't even
I
eat my
have
whole
not.
stocking.
I don't eat that much chocolate anymore.
Me either, to be honest.
But anyhow, I also got. I'm trying to think. Because my dad got me this little shitty, like. At Cabela's, they have those little tiny things that you find on the shelves, like a tiny knife and a tiny little flashlight. Got me that, knowing full well that I had, like, weeks before, bought a new Gerber 06 auto knife.
And have full-size versions
So,
of both. that are much more useful.
Yeah, and he even has his own. Like, we both have the same knife. Mine is much newer though, cause his doesn't have the new logo and the new thing on the back where it says Portland, Oregon, or whatever. But he doesn't have any of that. What else did I get? I got. If there's more, I'll remember it.
Well, I'll go over what I got then, because I have that all written down. But
I'll probably
most of
remember it tomorrow after we're done. So.
Right. So I also got a flannel. I got a black flannel.
Black.
I got a Harper's Ferry Armory shirt, which is a gun shop local to my dad's.
In West Virginia, Mountain Mama, Dale just shot an animal. Murder.
I've just missed like. Oh no, I actually got that turkey. Never mind. I saw two though.
Anyhow, what'd you get, Dale?
Yeah. So I got another shirt. I got a regular flag shirt. It's just a black shirt with a white flag. Let's see here. I also got a knife. But I got a different kind of knife. I got a hunting knife.
Okay.
It's pretty nice looking. It's a pretty decent knife.
It's a fixed blade, right?
Yeah, it's a fixed blade.
Okay. Does it come with a what's the word?
Sheath. Yeah, it came with a sheath.
Sheath.
The only issue is that the sheath is absolute dog shit. And has almost entirely fallen apart at this point. I don't think it's actually like a...
Is it an old knife? Is it a used knife?
No, it came in a new box.
How is it already torn apart then?
It just is a shitty sheath. It didn't hold up very
quality?
well. Yeah. It's literally hanging on by like a handful of threads. It's got like a stiff...
That's not good. I wouldn't trust
It's got like a stiff, like kind of cardboardish type piece, and then it's got just like a thin layer of leather. Or kind of like faux leather. That's just the stiff piece crumbled and the thin leather's tearing itself apart. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to get a new sheath. I went to Cabela's though, and I didn't see any standalone sheaths. It's all just knives with other sheaths, not a single sheath on its own.
Well, yeah, because they match the knives.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll get one.
You're gonna have to get one on like Amazon or something. Blade HQ might have that. That's where I got mine.
Maybe. But it was kind of neat though for a few days to open carry a knife. I felt more truly country open carrying a knife. I will say.
Yeah, I carry a knife every day, so I mean, it's just kind of normal life for me at this point.
I shot a turkey square in the head with a .303 British because it was just standing right in front of me.
Awesome.
It was a male.
All right.
Oh shit, that was a gold, I think.
Let's go.
That was a
Speaking
4:30. It's
of
almost 4:60.
Speaking of let's go, I think it's time for some let's
Stop.
go, Brandon.
Stop.
Damn it, dude. Dale, just go to the next topic.
No,
we're done.
We're not.
We're done. You stop talking.
We've talked about
you
like
stop.
3 things.
What are we still talking about?
We're talking about Christmas gifts, you blithering fucking moron.
Oh.
God damn. Can't have shit in Detroit. Anyway.
Can't have shit in Detroit. You're right, Dale. You can't have shit in Detroit. That's why we are not in Detroit.
Exactly. So I also got a new belt buckle. I got a thin blue line belt buckle. I got some Realtree pajama pants that I have not worn because I wear jeans to bed like an alpha male.
Alpha male. That's right. Same here.
Wait, you're
alpha
weird too?
males.
That's kind of funny, actually.
No, I dead ass wear jeans like almost every night to bed. I'm not even kidding. My mom, we went to our Christmas party, for my whole entire family because we didn't get to have it. So we just finally did it. We went out to Youngstown, and I kid you not, my mom was like, "Oh, well, we're gonna go wear our pajama pants," and we did. But I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna wear my jeans then," because the night before I had slept in my jeans, and the night before, and the night before, and the week before, and I had the same pair of jeans on for like 3 days.
Yeah, I did.
So
I've definitely done that a time.
Yeah, I wore my favorite jeans like 5 days in a row.
I got a new pair of jeans too. I got a new pair of Wranglers that I'm actually very happy with.
Yep, my Wranglers are my favorite.
Wranglers just are the best though.
Yes, they are. They fit so comfortably. Oh my god.
They're comfortable. They look good.
They're so nice. They look so good.
Their cargo stuff is very quality too. Their cargo jeans, like
I have
the cargo pants and cargo
like
jeans,
3 pairs
are
of
really
Wranglers,
good
and I don't know why.
cargo.
I don't have more.
I
have most of my jeans are like Levi and shit.
Yeah, that's fair. I have 1 pair of Levi's and 4 pairs of Wranglers.
Oh, you... Dude, I have like 50 pairs of jeans, and I kid you not, that's not even an exaggeration.
I used to have more, but I grew out of them, and then for the last year I actually grew. I had, I got Wrangler cargos, and then I realized, oh shit, I actually have boots now. I need jeans, so I bought jeans. Anyway, I also got beer soaps. Not beer scented soaps, beer branded soaps. Busch, Budweiser, and also, what is it? Buffalo Truce? Something or other. It's a whiskey.
Whiskey River?
No.
I was thinking about this today. Willie Nelson should have made a whiskey brand called Whiskey River.
Are you saying he didn't?
Did he not?
I don't know.
I don't drink alcohol. I wouldn't know.
I don't know either. I do know that a lot of metal bands have
Googling.
whiskeys. Slipknot as a whiskey.
I was also thinking there should be a band, like a music band called the Rubber Bands, but then I looked it up and there already was. So
that's not surprising at all.
I was kind of mad.
Anyway.
I was like, that would have been funny, but
they're not actually beer scented, because to be fair, like, who would want to smell like a DUI? You know what I mean?
Thanks, bro.
So the scents are like
sir, can you step
cedarwood.
aside? I smell a little bit of alcohol on you.
Oh, that's just my soap. What?
Oh, that's my soap.
You wash yourself with beer? Not technically.
No. Yes, but also no.
So they're like, I think it's oak barrel, cedarwood, and a different type. There's another wood that I'm forgetting.
Pine.
No. Anyway.
Oak. Maple.
No. It's something like cedarwood. It's
white oak.
No.
Walnut.
No, it ends in wood. It's a blank
yellow wood.
Yellow. Is that only found
the yellow
in China?
wood 500. It's only found at Talladega.
Redwood, the fucking cigarette brand in GTA.
Yeah.
So yeah, something like cedarwood. It's like fucking bitchwood. I don't know. Sandalwood.
Birchwood, sandalwood. That's what I was saying.
You didn't say that at all.
Anyhow.
I got a new pair of pit vipers, as I previously
What's the
mentioned.
bear doing?
I finally got the
Yeah.
Americas.
Ah, the Americas. I have the Absolute Freedoms, but they're pretty much the same thing. The Americas have the white nose piece, and the Absolute Freedoms have the black ones.
Which I prefer the black nose piece, but that's what they got, so I can't be upset about it. I'm still happy with it.
Well, the Americas are the 2000s.
The Americas are the 2000s. They're polarized.
2000s are way better. Let me tell you right now. Well, you have polarized 2000s. The regular 2000s, the ones that aren't polarized, but they have the Z87,
Mine
and
do
they
too.
are.
Both of mine do.
They have the side.
Actually.
They have the side thingies though. Mine have the side
The
thingies.
side thingies? What the fuck does that mean?
The things on the sides.
The little like wraparound lens, kinda.
Yes.
Oh yeah, my big buck hunters do.
And that's what I
don't.
wanted. That's because the polarized ones don't have it.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't get any polarized ones.
Uh,
As much as I would have liked to have polarized. But then I realized over time, the polarized lenses really don't make that much difference.
no.
It's really just the amount of light transmission that you get. Because I had the boom slings. The boom slings on the entire website have the least amount of light transition. And that's why those ones are so dark. Not because they're polarized, because they have, I think it's 7% light transmission.
Oh.
That's the least amount on their entire website. That's why I got them.
Huh.
And because they're green, and green is my favorite color.
That's fair. But I wanted
like
these
that.
from the start, but I just never had the money to. The big buck hunters were only like $70, so I got them first. But the big thing with the originals and what like the one you got, the Absolute Freedom, those can also be in double wide. That's the main difference between like the 2000s and the originals, is the fact that you can get the originals in double wides, but not the 2000s. Both can be Z87 though.
Yeah.
So I finally got those. I'm very happy with them, I will say. I actually haven't worn my big bucks in a minute, but I will. Again, I'm sure. But probably did I get anything else that's not as impressive before I cover the big kahuna?
Kahuna.
I also got a Constitution that I don't have room for. So it's just sitting rolled up in the tube. Because there's nowhere on my wall that I can put it at the moment. Because it's a fat Constitution, it's a big boy. So I don't really have any room for it.
It's a very important one.
Yes.
So you better make room for it, boy.
Yeah, right. So the big kahuna, Krakatawa, the big boy is a Colt 1851 Navy.
Ah, that's right. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those unaware, it is a black powder revolver.
Super cool.
Which means that it's basically just a muzzle loader, but you have 6 of them, and it's also kind of small. But actually, for a handgun, it's a big...
Accuracy is probably about as good as a stormtrooper.
Honestly, no, not at that point. They, by then, they had
Is it
the
rifled?
technology... Yeah, it is rifled. Yes.
Okay.
The technology
Well, there you go.
in firearms to that point, they were actually pretty accurate, even for muzzle loaders. But I have just about everything here. I also got a box that my dad custom made for all of the stuff. So I have like a smaller box with all of the 36 caliber balls, and I have another small box with the percussion caps and the wads.
Now, my big question is, have you shot it yet?
No. When I went to my grandpa's, we didn't have percussion caps.
Imagine.
Well, apparently number 11 and number 10
this is
percussion caps are actually pretty hard to find. My grandpa just happened to have one lying around that we didn't see until the second time I went there, which I didn't have the gun with me that time because we didn't have anything to shoot with. And it was also like 9 by the time we saw it anyway, so it wouldn't really made a difference.
You found
one
box. One percussion cap.
No. one tin of percussion caps. It's like 100 percussion caps.
Oh.
Although I
was
can't
gonna
say
like,
that it's actually 100 because I don't
one?
know. Well, if we only found one, we wouldn't even know that it's...
Why do you just have those lying around? That's kind of a strange thing to have. Even for people with guns, like, it's just gonna... Well, I guess if he has them. Okay, never mind. Because I don't have those. I don't have black powder stuff.
No, he has just about one of everything. That man has like 75 guns that I counted that I could find.
Okay. Just about Demolition Ranch style.
Yeah, like he's got a lot of fucking guns, and he does
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
few
yeah.
black powder rifles as well. But he happened to have some Remington number 11 percussion caps sitting in a box in the barn. Or actually, it's not really, I guess it's kind of a barn, but it's also, no, it wasn't a box, it was like a cabinet. Anyway, we
Yeah.
got those, so I have all that. I'm just waiting for my dad to ship the gun over. He didn't necessarily, I mean, he probably could have put it with my
Didn't
fucking...
take it with you?
No, I thought he would, but I guess he wanted to ship it out instead of,
What do you mean he did? Isn't
my
it yours?
dad did. Well, yeah, but he's the adult.
Okay, and?
He's the one who calls the shots. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
So it should be here in the next 2 days. I just asked when he was going to get it here. He said it will be in the mail. He was supposed to ship it on Friday, but he's my dad, so he did not do that. Sorry, Dad.
Gotcha.
So it should be here in the next few days.
Sorry about your son here.
But-
we know he's quite the big disappointment.
Oh, he doesn't know. Unless he does. Sometimes I think he does know.
I don't even want to talk about that right now. That's just beyond. That's a whole new episode.
Is it though?
Anyhow, it
So,
really is.
but yeah, I got a fucking Colt 1851 Navy for Christmas, and it's
Nice.
goddamn awesome.
Only want you for
I will
Christmas.
probably shoot it either this weekend, maybe the weekend after that. It really depends on when I can get out there to shoot, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But it will happen at the next available opportunity.
Is that all you got for Christmas?
I think so. I went to Cabela's a few days later.
Let's go.
Shut up.
Let's go.
I got a wallet.
I'm excited for this topic.
But what are we gonna do with it? We're just gonna
I don't
say
know,
it,
but
and that's gonna be the
I'm
end of
so pumped about it.
it. There's nothing to go on about.
Can I say the thing?
Yes, you can say the thing. I will,
Let's go, Brandon! Let's go! LGB Coin sponsoring Brandon Brown in NASCAR Xfinity Series. Yes!
Yeah, that
I'm
was
so
something I
pumped.
didn't even
I
have
saw
down,
the
but actually
scheme. You didn't even know that?
No,
oh
I
my
knew it. I
god, dude,
didn't
I'm
have it
so
on- I
pumped.
didn't have it on the
It's so
topics
much
list.
drama, dude. There's so much drama. So what had happened was well, at least what I'm pretty sure happened. Nobody quote me on this. From what I know, what had happened is GMS Motorsports, I believe it is.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm
No.
wrong. GMS.
No.
No. What is it?
Brandon Built Motorsports, like BMS or...
BMS.
Yeah, something
Oh,
like that.
BMS.
Because I know it's Brandon Built Motorsports.
Why did I say G? Is it
I think
'cause
you're
of
thinking
Brandon?
Yeah. I think you're thinking of, like, whatever, like, Brennan Gaughan is on or something. I don't know. Anyway.
You know what? I know what I'm thinking of. BMS, Brandon Built Motorsports, correct? Yes.
So, yeah, pretty much all check right now, just to be
Okay.
absolutely certain.
Check right now. Let me get the whole let me get the whole thing going. Wow, you take forever. What racing team is Brandon Brown on?
Yeah, BMS.
Brandon Built Motorsports.
BMS.
Chevrolet. So, BMS jumped the gun a little bit on the announcement, and apparently they knew I think they were told that they got approved, but it
And
wasn't
then NASCAR
official.
was like, well...
But they backtracked on it. But NASCAR backtracked on it because they're a bunch of freaking liberals now, apparently.
Yeah, that's what happens.
And
when
I
you're
don't
trying
know
to
what
appeal
I
to
don't
a
know
wide
what
audience.
I don't know what has happened to NASCAR. I don't think
I
they
know
know
exactly
their
what's
fan
happened to
base.
NASCAR.
I
And
don't
that is
think
exactly
NASCAR.
correct.
I don't think NASCAR knows their fan base
Here's the thing.
at all.
NASCAR
And I
got
think that's
really
their issue
popular
right
in
now.
the late 90s and early 2000s. At that time, it was actually like the TV ratings were competing with football. All right. So it had a pretty wide audience, but it's still the majority of its audience was still, Southerners. However,
Exactly.
when the interest in the sport naturally waned, because it was kind of a trend. It wasn't really like, it wasn't like football. It was just a fad. Um, it was always popular, but it's extreme fad. So NASCAR though got kind of confused and was like, well, why the fuck why are our ratings going down? What happened? And what had happened was that it's naturally just going down. But they freaked the fuck out and started making a bunch of changes to the sport, in the name of trying to catch the average fan. But pretty much all of those changes didn't really work for the core fan base that was actually going to stick around after the popularity had naturally waned.
It's bringing it's actually losing people.
Yes, it is.
While trying to bring back that fan base
that wasn't going to come back
doesn't
anyway.
even like NASCAR to begin with.
No.
That's never going to come back. They're pissing off the current fan base, and now they're losing their current fan base, which is the people who would come back if they fix it.
And then the last 5 or 10 years,
what they need to do is fix it.
The big thing was that NASCAR has started kind of a liberal renaissance, trying to appeal to because they're the vocal, even if they're probably a vocal minority, but the people who are going to say things, because NASCAR wants to appeal to the new generation. What's the easiest way to appeal to the new generation? Be a fucking liberal.
Yeah.
So,
and let's be honest, there's one black guy in NASCAR, and I'm not shitting on Bubba Wallace. He's a great driver. But, like, we're not trying to, like, reel in, like, you know what I mean?
NASCAR's core fan base is on the opposite side of the spectrum.
It's white people.
As the people it's trying to...
It is white people.
Yeah, NASCAR's core fan base is white Southerners. That's the people it should be trying to appeal to.
You're pissing off the white people.
NASCAR just needs to realize
not because they're
racist,
that it's not just because they're saying things that aren't smart, you know?
Yeah, NASCAR needs to realize that it's not football. It might have been trying to be football at one point, but it isn't football. And when it realizes that, it's really far too gone at this point. But it should have realized that at some point it would have been able to save itself. And, then NASCAR banned the Confederate flag.
That was a whoopsie on their end.
Yeah, that I don't think that
censorship.
Very well.
Censorship on any company.
I believe they actually banned firearm sponsors,
no.
although it's not terribly regulated. But they did make that. They did make an official statement.
Isn't Christensen?
Well, Henry sponsored races and cars, but that's in the Xfinity series. Actually, no, they did do something in the Cup series, I think.
I swear Christensen Arms was in Cup somewhere.
I'm pretty sure.
Unless this is super recent.
Pretty sure that's Xfinity. But I don't know. It's just NASCAR.
I don't know. It's pissing me off. But anyhow, I love the scheme. I love the LGB coin.
Which,
scheme.
for
it's
reference,
amazing.
I love Brandon coin, not lesbian gay bi coin.
Nobody thought that.
Every time I saw LG, because when I hear LGB, I think LGBT.
Nobody.
And
no, I do not.
It confuses me.
I think Let's Go Brandon, and then I think FJB.
Yeah, because FJB I actually hear as an acronym, but Let's Go Brandon I don't hear as much as an acronym as much as I hear a sentence.
I only hear Let's Go Brandon now.
So
anyhow, love the scheme. I'm super pumped for this next Xfinity series. Season. Yes. Unfortunately, they're not going to Mid Ohio though because the Gander series is going there, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, but I'm
guess
very
I might
happy
go to
that Brandon has decided to.
I was actually feeling bad for him because they said he wasn't finding any sponsors, and I'm like, this isn't his fault. He didn't start this.
Yeah.
I'm like, stupid reporter pretty much ruined his career, and then I saw this, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the best news. Like, this is kind of what I wanted. I want somebody like patriotic to like sponsor him, say screw you all to all the other sponsors that didn't get him. For Brandon Brown to do a great season. That's what I'm ready.
Because I knew he was gonna.
I'm ready for great racing.
The only thing he could have done at that point was just go all in. Because I think if he wants to make it anywhere in NASCAR, he can't sidestep away
Yeah.
from the Let's Go Brandon thing. You know,
Hmm.
fuck Joe
That's
Biden
his thing now.
is inherently extremely well liked by by the actual hardcore
By the
NASCAR
NASCAR
community.
fan base. Exactly. And NASCAR's really pushing buttons and
Now it
pushing
makes
my
sense.
buttons too.
Unfortunately,
No,
they're
yeah,
a
it is a
well-known
derogatory
company.
thing towards.
Almost every well-known company will prioritize money over literally anything else. And where does the money come from? Regular people.
Yeah.
So they really try to sidestep things, but most legitimate NASCAR fans are upset at just about everything they try to sidestep. Like when Dale Jr. in, I believe it was 2004, won a race at Talladega.
Mhm.
And the reporter asked him how he feels, and he just said, "Well, it don't mean shit right now, because, my daddy's won like 7 of these. And he got fined for it.
Yeah.
He got fined for saying,
Really.
well, it doesn't really mean shit. He mostly did the shit part. Which, fortunately, they've stopped kind of doing that, but they find a
No,
lot of
they
drivers.
haven't. Kyle Busch got sent to sensitivity training for saying. I don't know if I can even say it on Twitch
Well, the
because I
things
don't
that
want to
Kyle
get.
Busch says for the most part, I don't really like Kyle Busch, but I will give him full credit for the fact that he says exactly what he's thinking, and it's very
Oh
good.
yeah.
He's very good for the sport, even if I don't really care for him as a person or a driver.
Yeah. It's that rivalry stuff. That's the reason. I mean, he's a good driver.
He's a very good driver. I might
Yeah,
hate
he's
him,
really
but he
good.
is one of the best of all time.
I think I hate the logo on the front of his car.
I don't think the logo is very relevant now that he's not Eminem. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Never mind.
No, not Eminem. The
Yeah.
Toyota. I love Eminem. Are you fucking serious?
I don't know,
Don't you?
man.
God, I feel sorry for anyone who thought that I was talking about M&Ms. You fucking.
Anyway, yeah, Kyle Busch has always kind of been a jackass, too.
Wait, did I say the word that I wasn't going to say? Said
You
it
might
anyway,
have.
I think. I
But,
think I might have. Well, that's what Kyle Busch said while talking about Kyle Busch.
But that's different, and most of what he says is, stuff like when the COT came about, and he was like, "Well, I fucking hate these cars," and NASCAR was like, "Well, fuck
Yeah.
you then," and slapped a fine on his ass.
See, but nobody likes the. I liked what the. I
I actually
thought
quite
I
like the original
really don't
COTs.
understand what. I don't know what NASCAR is trying to do. They were trying to drop down the horsepower. And did you hear anything about this? They
Probably.
finally went and got a better horsepower package. But they were trying to drop the horsepower. It's like people want to see racing, not just like lines of cars. They wanna
NASCAR
see,
has
like,
always been. Well, here's the thing. Pack racing is the only reason that I'm gonna go out and say that the only reason Talladega and Daytona are actually entertaining is because of pack racing. Because otherwise, the field is like all like 55 car lengths apart, and there's somebody that's been in first for like
yeah,
the
but
entire race, other than 3 laps
you don't
where
really
he's
have that
pitting.
feeling of racing though. It's just
I
you know what I
disagree.
mean. It's confusing. I don't know. It is what it is.
But I don't think they should have restrictor plates. I think that
Oh,
the
no, I don't know
technology
what
in
they're
modern
thinking.
stock cars is safe enough as to where stock cars can go 200 miles an hour and nobody's gonna die. But that's just my opinion. I think that the safety is advanced enough to this point where they can then bump the speed back up again, but that's not really, that's not really for me to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. NASCAR's pissing me off a little bit right now, but they're making it better with the LGB coin sponsorship. They're
I just hope
finally
it actually
allowing
goes
that.
through and he actually, is able to
I'm pretty
race it
sure
full
it already
time.
did.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's for the next 2 years.
The next 2 years. Oh, that's nice.
It's a 2-year contract, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Well, that's pretty
Just the
neat.
messenger.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Because I think that
I think that was a good topic. I was really excited to talk about that because
You were.
I'm a big NASCAR fan.
You
So
absolutely
this
were.
is really cool.
So, have you ever been to Top Golf?
What is that? Is that those big
Yeah,
giant
yeah. You
golf
ever pass by those
places.
fucking massive nets on the
Yeah, I don't
highway?
know why.
That's Top
I don't know
Golf.
why they have those.
So it's a big like golf driving range, but it's like competitive. It's not just whack the ball. It's whack the ball into a certain area and compete with your friends. They also provide some pretty
Gotcha.
decent drinks and food. But me and well, first the company my dad works at went to Top Golf for the company party, the company Christmas
Mhm.
party. That was the first thing. But then we went again on our own later on because we had a great time.
Mhm.
Because even though I suck at golf, it is really fun to just whap a ball out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, we went there a few times. It's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's funny 'cause it's not really something that seems up my alley. I don't really care for
Yeah.
golf, but I just don't like
I'm not
organized
a golf
golf.
guy.
I like.
I make fun of people who play golf because I I hate it when people say baseball is boring because they clearly have never heard of golf.
I've legitimately said
Golf
almost
is
the exact
just
same thing. I'm like, you can't say
I've
baseball
been
is boring if
I've
you have
been saying
even.
that for years, Dale, and
Yeah,
I kid you not. I hate it when people say baseball is boring because I know a few people who say baseball is boring and they play golf,
right.
and it's
See,
just
now here's my argument. I say, if somebody tells me baseball is boring, and I go, it absolutely is. It's a boring sport. All sports are boring. Sports are boring. Having a team to root for is fun.
Mhm.
It's the competitive aspect, not necessarily the sport itself, although the sport itself might make it more appealing as opposed to others, just for personal preference. But rooting for a team is really what makes sports actually
Yeah.
entertaining. Anyway, I love golf derivatives, top golf, mini golf,
Yeah.
table tennis. Why the fuck did I say table tennis?
Table tennis sounds fun. I've never done it
Table
before.
tennis is really fun. I love ping pong.
Ping pong.
I love bing
Yeah.
bong.
I've never done it, but it sounds fun.
No, I've done it a few
Or
times. It's
it
fun.
looks fun.
I also love it on the Wii. But I like frisbee
I'm an
golf is
extremely
fun.
competitive person.
Mini
Like,
golf is
I don't
fun.
exaggerate when I say extremely. I mean, yeah, I truly am the most competitive person I am. Or I know.
Yeah, the most
I
competitive
really
person
am.
I am.
I
I would
can't.
assume so.
I mean, my brother. Well, my brother
But like
rage
PGA
quits
Tour
when he
golf is
things
boring
don't
as
go his
shit,
way.
but
But I
everything else is fun. Um,
can't stand losing. It's that I can't stop winning.
I was like decently competitive too at it. Um, when I did
At
it.
what?
At
PGA Tour?
no, fuck no. Um,
Wait, that's
Top Golf.
Pro Golf Tour. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say PGA. That's pros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Yellowstone.
My new favorite TV show.
My favorite TV show. Yes. I'm waiting for
Yes.
season 4 to come out on
Well,
Peacock. I think it's supposed to happen in like March, but I'll probably catch
I
it somewhere else
watched
first.
I watched it on Paramount Network on cable because I have cable and I'm cool. I also watched the first two episodes. I also watched the first two episodes of 1883. Now, I don't think you want spoilers,
No, I do not.
so you're gonna have to close your ears for this one. So, what happened? No,
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
No.
Anyhow, it's super good. I'll just say that right now. It is super good, and you're gonna love every second of it. You
Wait.
really are. There's a few shockers in there, but really, truly, it is amazing.
Because
It
I mean,
really is.
I'm really hyped.
And
for
honestly, the
season 4
entire
too, 'cause-
series, is amazing.
'Cause-
Honest to God, they did so good on
Yeah,
this.
the ending for
It's
season
amazing.
3, and I won't spoil it, but you know what I'm talking about. The ending for season 3 was fucking wild. So I'm really
Yes,
interested
it
to see
was.
how they deal with that.
Dude, the
in season
beginning of
4.
season 1 or season 4.
Probably
Okay, so here's
also
the
very
thing though.
fun.
I missed the first like 2 minutes of season 4,
Oh, that should be
the
fine.
episode 1, because the way it recorded it was stupid.
That's funny.
But I got enough information to where I know what happened. But what was I saying? Yeah, it is so good, and the way it starts off is literally crazy. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm
Every
very
second of
excited to watch it again.
Oh yeah.
On a side note, along the same thing, Well, for still talking about the TV show, but on a side note, Rip is hot. Let's just get that out of the way.
I mean, as a straight man myself, he's pretty fucking hot. And,
Like, I
and
mean,
that's
come
coming
on.
from a straight man.
It's pretty agreeable.
But yeah.
Not gonna lie.
But let's be honest, Beth.
This is more. That's probably a personality thing, though. I mean, to
Maybe
an
she's
extent,
just
so
got
is
that
Rip.
MILF
But
energy. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what's
I mean, I
gotten
like
into me
Casey
there.
too, but that one I don't hear the same acclaim for.
No, Rip is the hot one.
Oh, well, definitely, but Casey has his aspects.
All right, and
I
let's
also-
talk about men.
My stepmom compared me, or was like, you know, who you remind me of Casey Dunn from Yellowstone. I was like, what?
Your stepmom reminded you of.
Say,
Or you reminded.
yeah. I'm not exactly sure how. I didn't ask to elaborate, but I should just mention that was brought up.
Cool. Thanks. Moving on.
But yeah, I want to get some Yellowstone merch. I want some.
I
Actually
do too.
what I
Wrangler
probably am
has a
going to
few
do
things
is when I
out.
get a second gen Ram, I'm just gonna slap that Yellowstone Ranch sticker on the side, like what they have on their trucks.
Oh yes.
I'm probably gonna do that. So I'm probably gonna have to. So now I have to buy a black Ram, but
Yeah, and you gotta get the dually.
which is good because second gen dualies are minty. There was a scene where they
Mhm.
used a second gen. There was in one of the throwback scenes involving Beth and lawyer man, Jamie. In a scene involving
Oh,
Beth
yeah,
and
yeah,
Jamie,
yeah,
they
yeah.
did use the second gen too. So
Oh, yeah, things happen.
it'll be canonical. Anyway, I just figured I'd point that out. But yeah, I do want to. I want to get a shirt. Wrangler did a like collection with Yellowstone, so you can get like a Yellowstone
I
Wrangler
just said that.
jacket.
Yeah, I saw the jacket and a few shirts.
It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yes, it is. Certainly something.
Yeah, that will be. There should
Yeah.
be a Yee Yellowstone collab, especially since the Yellowstone logo is
That-
very similar to the Yee logo. Since it's a Y
in my
with kind of a
mind, I'm
circle.
trying to figure out what they would do.
Just combine
I
the
don't
two
know.
Ys, I guess. Put it on a T-shirt. Put one Y on the front, put the other Y on the back. I don't know, something like that. I think that would be a cool collab.
Like the E's can be in the same font as well.
Yee, but in Yellowstone font.
Yeah.
Yellowstone, but
I
in
don't
Yee
know.
font. I don't know.
As much as I like the two things, I don't
I don't know how it
I
would
just
really
don't think
work.
they match. I don't think they match.
I think they do, but I just don't know how they would
I think
like
they're
really
I
work
think
it
they're
out.
I think they're fine being the separate
That's fair.
things that they are.
I'll just wear a Yellowstone hat and a Yee shirt. Call it a day.
Yeah. I might get a Yellowstone hat. That's
yeah.
what I'll do. I was gonna get a apparently I'm not sure if this is right. I found on Instagram there's actually a 4 6s ranch, and I'm pretty sure I think it's real.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Or wait,
Not
oh,
really.
you're not in. Oh, that's a season 4 thing. Whoops.
That's fine.
Whoops.
I
Yeah.
just remember.
Well, no, he gets sent off at the end of season 3, doesn't he? Jamie or Jimmy?
No, that didn't happen in season 3.
Season 4 things. My bad. Anyhow.
But yeah, in short,
Whoops.
really looking forward to seeing season 4. Also,
I'm ready for season 5. Sorry, just I'm ahead of you.
well, that's true, but
I'm
it's
ready
gonna be
for
a long
season
time.
5, and I'm ready for some more episodes of 1883,
This motherfucker go
which
broadside,
is
Christ.
really good as well. All right,
I
what
got
else
him!
do we?
I
have?
also
don't-
I forgot to mention I got a Remington hat. That's actually pretty nice.
I was gonna get the American one.
The one that I showed you? Yeah, that one is very cool.
Is that
I
the
didn't
one
get
that you
this.
got?
No, I got one for Christmas that was different, but it's like the old Remington logo. You know, the full Remington,
Yeah,
text typeface
That's
with
what
the,
I want.
the oval.
I want something like that, but I want to get new stuff.
the
I don't
oval.
like
This
getting
is
old
well,
stuff.
this is a new hat. It wasn't a used
Oh,
hat.
it's the oval one. Oh my God! Please send me a picture.
Yeah, the one that says America's oldest gunmaker.
and tell me where I can get that.
I would venture a guess that they got it on Amazon. But, because, I mean, I got it for Christmas, so I don't really know. Let me take a picture of it, though, real quick.
Yeah, cause I I really want the old logo. I really like that old logo.
Only issue is, it's it's an unstructured hat.
Oh, no, deal's off. Can't do that.
I hate unstructured hats.
I refuse.
But I was not as upset about
to
this
wear.
as I thought it would be.
I
Just take a
refuse to
look at the
wear
hat
anything.
first before you make some judgments here.
I'm waiting.
I sent
I'm
it.
waiting for there it is.
I just sent it.
It's good, but it has to be structured. I refuse to wear it.
Listen, I used to be the exact same way, but this hat changed me. Also, yeah, this is like the second result on Amazon. It's a $14 hat.
See, but I'm gonna have to.
It's also a semi-flat, which is nice.
Remington.
That's Browning. That's different. But oh yeah,
Hats.
speaking of that picture, I got a new phone. I got a Galaxy A71 5G, which I'd never heard of the A field, but apparently that's a thing. I just like it because the A71 is not far from Z71, and that's, you know, Chevy.
Yep. 2 seconds.
Okay. It's only fair. I left for a brief moment. He leaves for a brief moment. Makes sense. Yeah, this Remington net is pretty sweet. Just doesn't hold my pit vipers up very well if I have to take it off. Because I usually put my sunglasses on my hat. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, but I'm very happy with the new phone, I will say. I was very, skeptical. I didn't really want a new phone.
Yeah.
But once
what'd you get?
Samsung Galaxy A71. I had never heard of
I got a Motorola
that,
Z4.
which sounds about equally as obscure.
Yeah. Well,
but it's a pretty good phone. It's last year's model. It's the battery lasts all fucking day.
Yeah.
Storage space is fantastic. I don't really care for the lack of physical home button, but at least the fingerprint sensor's in a good spot, so I don't really have to fiddle with that way of thinking. Overall, I am very happy about it, despite my initial skepticism. I think I think 5 years is about the most you can really have one phone. This guy had that phone for 5 years.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, alright, what else we got here?
I think what else did you get for Christmas? You didn't finish that. I gave you some time to think.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I didn't remember.
So I gave you some time to think.
I was distracted by Let's Get Brandon and...
That's fair.
Everything else that we talked about that I've already forgotten.
Right. So, I guess, to close it off, Ohio has an actual channel now.
Yes, please go check out Ohio Man Gaming. Got a lot of Hunter Call of the Wild stuff. Well, in terms of a lot, due to the fact that I've only started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I have 12 videos out on Hunter Call of the Wild right now, and I'm gonna put this in a podcast folder. I'm not gonna put this in the Hunter Call of the Wild folder.
And this will be, as we mentioned at the beginning, this will be going up on that channel. There's also a handful of other videos. This will be the first one with me in it.
Yep.
It also has
this is also my first video with someone else in it. Yeah.
It's faced better success.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, my channel is actually doing better than Dale's.
Yeah,
so.
that's just kind of sad. So, shout out to
if you
my
want,
channel.
Shout out to Dale Wolfhard14 there. Go check him out.
For those
as
of you
well.
watching
he
on
has
his channel.
longer videos.
I do.
If you're into that. I know I am. I actually do enjoy longer videos.
I personally prefer hour-long stream highlights.
Because it kills time.
It does. It
time.
kills
You
time
gotta
more
kill
effectively.
time.
That's why I love
There you go.
podcasts. That's why we make this podcast, because I love...
But that's also the reason why I'm behind on so many Demolition Ranch videos, because I'm watching your videos.
Oh,
Now I can't
fuck.
watch Demo Ranch because I'm stuck watching your video.
No.
Sorry,
Aw.
Matt. You know, kind of can't watch your videos there. Cause
Well, to be fair, it has...
But anyhow,
prior to this, prior
yeah.
to the last, like, 2 videos, it had been, like, 3 weeks, but, you know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
I think I'm caught up on my Demo Ranch right now.
Probably.
So,
yeah,
go
shout
check
out to that
out,
channel if you're watching this
yeah.
on my channel.
Shout out
these
to
are the
Ohio
most
Man
successful.
Gaming if you're on Dale's channel, and shout out to Dale Wolfhard14 if you're on my channel.
And also
Yeah,
that
I mean,
facilitated a name change
really
on
have
just
anything
about
else.
everything. He's now Ohio Man Gaming instead of...
Yes.
That is,
so
that
in
is
the
your
last
Twitch name, correct? And your YouTube name?
So my Twitch name is now Ohio Man Gaming. So go check me out on the YouTube video you're watching right now.
Probably actually still
Twitch.tv/Ohio_Man_gaming. You know, you gotta get it right.
Well, I'm actually
Same
not sure if the
profile
URL
pictures,
has
everything.
changed. For that, I'm pretty sure
Same.
the URL is the same as it was before, to be honest. I'll check.
No, I changed it.
Oh, did you
Check
change
it
the
while you
actual
order.
URL?
I changed everything.
Oh, fancy.
You have to. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
I went to Applebee's not that
Barbecue
long ago,
steak
and I was
and,
very unimpressed.
Oreo shake. Whipped cream.
What the fuck
Talk
was
to
that? Oh,
2 straws.
hi.
1 shot. Girl, I got you. Bougie like Natty. Starfire.
Bougie like
Taking
Natty.
a try.
That
I
is
think that's the words.
absolutely not. No, that sounds right, but bougie like Natty is not bougie. Natty Light is like kind of this weird combination of both frat boy and country boy beer.
I don't drink
Neither do I.
because I'm underage. Oh, yeah, because you didn't just describe it. Anyhow,
Oh, it is Ohio Man Gaming.
ladies
Okay,
and gentlemen,
twitch.tv/Ohio
if
Man
I'm
Gaming.
correct, that's gonna do it.
Yes, it
Just
will.
making
So thank
sure.
you all for watching
So,
episode
yeah, you did
15
your outro.
of the podcast. Our return after like 2 months. It's been a
2 months.
long ass time.
Welcome back podcast.
Yes,
Again, this was our
again.
second welcome back podcast. I
Yeah,
believe.
we do that sometimes. But for the
We
record,
do.
it's not like it was the last time. Our podcasts have been pretty good over the last few episodes.
And
We
I
just
think
haven't
my
really had a
podcast-
whole lot to talk about. We
I think
haven't
the
been
podcasts
thinking
are my
about doing
favorite.
it.
I
Yeah.
love them. I love the just
And-
talking, you know?
In the next podcast, actually, since we
'Cause we-
forgot to do it in this one, we're going to be ranking all of the podcasts.
Yes, episode 16, the ranking of the
So now I
podcast.
have to
So,
I have to find where
Stay
to rank
tuned
this one.
and return to our next podcast, episode 16. We will be ranking podcasts. Hopefully, Dale remembers that and puts that in his mini
it's
memos.
already in the memo.
Go check out Dale Wolfhard14.
Just
Go check out
started
Ohio
a new
Man Gaming.
MLB series for any of you interested in
Yes,
that.
he
I
did,
also
and I saw that.
streamed
I
a
saw
very-
AA and thought of like AA groups, like Drunk
Alcoholics
Therapy.
Anonymous.
Yeah,
not quite like
that's
that.
what I thought.
But yeah,
That's
check
what I
that
thought,
out
and I'm
if
like,
you're interested in
Double
baseball,
A League. I'm like,
because that's a little bit interesting. And also, I just uploaded a new game that I found called Backbone, which is a little like kind of platformer
and
and story-based game.
If you're on Dale's channel, I got Hunter Call of the Wild, Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing, and All American Racing.
Yeah.
SRX, NASCAR Heat 5. I know you've got a lot of NASCAR videos.
Yep,
too,
that's
and I'm
a
starting,
inconsistently successful
and-
series on my channel.
and it is very consistently good. And I'm surprised that my Sprint Car video actually got the most views out of all of my channel, which is kind of strange. It's like
And by the
50-some
time
views.
this video comes out, there should also be a Battlefield 4 video on my channel.
Yes.
So I recorded
And
Battlefield
actually,
4.
Dale, do you want to do a NASCAR video after this? We haven't done NASCAR.
We'll talk about
multiplayer
that
yet.
after the podcast.
We'll talk about that later. Ladies
So,
and
thank you
gentlemen,
all for watching.
thank you for watching.
And
Yeah, and
have a good one, everybody.
y'all have a good one. Okay, come on now. Don't have to
That's
steal
my
my
saying.
thunder like that.
Have a good one, everybody. That's what I say in
Have a-
literally every video.
Thank you for watching, everyone. My name is Ohio Man. That's Dale Wolfhart, and we'll see you on